Nevis.
From the VON Newsline, this is the VON Major Newscast.
Good evening, I am Marcellus Lee in with your VON Major News package for today, Friday, the 4th day of January 2019. In our lead stories nationally, work progressing on plans to implement the universal health care here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the Nevis Island Administration grants water amnesty period. Regionally, Caribbean islands rattled by 2 earthquakes. Internationally, German politicians targeted in mass data attack. And in sports, James Harden adds to NBA record as Houston beat Golden State in overtime. We'll have details of these and other stories after this break.
Another look.
Different from how you've seen it before.
Another look.
Takes an in-depth look into business, politics, science, technology, religion, and more.
Another look.
Featuring documentaries from the BBC, regional features, and local ones too.
Another look.
Every Monday at 3 p.m. on the Eastern Caribbean's powerhouse, Vaughan.
Welcome back, and now for the news in detail. Plans to implement universal healthcare in St. Kitts and Nevis will advance to another stage with the arrival of actuarial consultants next week. The 2-member team will arrive on Thursday, January the 10th, 2019, and will be led by Derek Osborne of Mono Sheppel Bahamas Limited. The actuarial consultants will meet with officials from the Ministry of Finance and Health, as well as the St. Christopher Nevis Social Security Board. They will work on funding forecasts and projections for the national health insurance, including setting adequate healthcare premiums. Coordinator of the Universal Healthcare Secretariat, Clifford Griffin, said that Mono Sheppel is an established firm with international experience in actuarial consultancy undertakings. The company has experience working in several Caribbean islands, including Grenada, the British Virgin Islands, and Turks and Caicos Islands. Extensive work was previously done here in St. Kitts and Nevis on behalf of the local Social Security Board, which provided a familiarity on the economic and health realities in St. Kitts and Nevis. The firm is expected to conclude its work at the end of the month, after which the findings will be included in the white paper on universal health care and submitted to the Cabinet for review and eventual approval. Officials expect the entire process to be completed in the first quarter of 2019. The persons here on Nevis who owe the Nevis Water Department have been granted an amnesty. Minister of Responsibility for Water Services on Nevis, the Honorable Spencer Brand, says this is to allow individuals to settle outstanding arrears.
The numbers that I'm seeing, Mr. President, from the Water Department, we are seeing an arrears in the amount of some $2.7 million. Now, Mr. President, I am a little bit concerned about that. So here is what I'm proposing. They have responded with the increase in the water rates, and I think that is only fair, Mr. President, that as a good, caring government, that we give back something. And I'm saying to those persons who are in arrears, that if they are to settle this arrears, Mr. President, by the end of April, that we will offer them a 10% discount on the arrears. Not the current water bill. Let me make that clear. I'm hoping that they will still keep current. But the arrears, we are proposing a 10% discount, Mr. President.
In the 2019 budget debate, Minister Brand also urged residents and citizens to take advantage of the opportunity being provided by his department.
Mr. President, I don't want to say that we are going to disconnect anybody's water. We don't want to do it. So we are encouraging our people to settle these outstanding water bills so that we can collect as much of that $2.7 million, Mr. President, as possible.
That's the Honorable Spencer Brand. The amnesty comes following amnesty periods extended by the Inland Revenue Department spanning June to December 2018. And as we enter 2019, the Nevis Island Administration has partnered with Technical Vocational Education and Training TVET Enhancement Program to better the education system around the island. According to Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liebert, the partnership is aimed at enabling school leavers to be better prepared for the world of work.
We are going to be teaching them the skills in school. Don't get the impression that TVET is just practical, because there will be different levels of qualification that you can achieve. Because we have some persons who are very academic, who also want to be practical, and there will also be opportunities for them in TVET that they could follow that technical path and get high-level certification.
Junior Minister further explained how this implementation will be beneficial to students.
When they are finished with high school, if they want to go on to tertiary institutions and pursue careers that are technically inclined, that they will have the necessary background and the necessary qualifications to get them into those areas.
That's the Honorable Troy Liebert. And reports reaching the VON Newsline have revealed that police on St. Kitts are investigating a traffic accident that occurred on the island. The incident is reported to have occurred today, Friday, January the 4th, sometime before 11 a.m. Reports are that 2 passenger buses were involved in the accident. Both buses were racing in the Whitegate area in St. Paul's when the accident occurred. One individual is reported to have died and the other is reported to be in critical condition. It is not clear whether passengers were aboard the vessels. The VON Newsline will bring more on this developing story as it unfolds. And St. Kitts and Nevis and the rest of the English-speaking Caribbean are marking the first decade as an execution-free region. This following the last execution to be held in St. Kitts and Nevis at the end of 2008, and since then only half of the 12 English-speaking Caribbean countries have imposed new death sentences. Amnesty International, the London-based international human rights organization, says while it welcomes a significant reduction in the application of the use of the death penalty in the English-speaking Caribbean in recent years, it is urging all countries to abolish it. It said figures on the use of the death penalty in the English-speaking Caribbean indicate that there has been a significant reduction in the application of this punishment in recent years. Amnesty International said that the overall decrease in the death sentences in the region fully reflects global trends on the death penalty, noting that in the past 13 countries have repealed the death penalty completely from the national legislation, and a further 2 have become abolitionists for ordinary crimes such as murder, retaining it only for crimes committed in exceptional circumstances. And finally, the national news for today, Friday. Ultra Carnival's Sugar Rush has been named Troop of the Year for Sugar Mass 47, presenting 4 different segments: Electric Cotton Candy, Frico Fusion, Sweet Cane, and Tangerine Bellini. Ultra won the title for the 3rd straight year. The troop amassed 696.5 points for the top spot, with the first run-up going to Solid Mass Camp Beauty of La Amigua, 650.5 points. The second run-up prize went to Fun Vibes, Jungle Rhythms, 640 points. Ultra Carnival also took home the Queen of the Band with 692.5 points for Sweet Explosion, done by Iantavian Queely, and the award for largest troop. First runner-up went to Solid Mass Camp, 650 points, and the second runner-up went to Fun Vibes, 606 points. With 651.5 points, King of the Bands went to Ultra Carnival for King Sugar, won by Kajali Hanley. First runner-up Banker Mass Camp, 638.5 points, and second runner-up Fun Vibes, 606.5 points. The most punctual troop went to Solid Mass Camp, and Fun Vibes took the award for the first troop to launch. And that's it for our national segment. You can visit our website at www.vonradio.com or check us out on Facebook at Von Radio and on our Von Radio YouTube channel. News from across the region is next.
We know you have your personal as well as your business needs, and we're here to help. Our knowledgeable staff will work with you to help you achieve the financial success that you or your company needs in a competitive market. We offer solutions that make your banking experience easier, like our savings and checking accounts. Be sure to ask about our youth savers accounts and our Bank of Nevis Gold Club. We offer a wide range of personal loans, including mortgage, land, student, auto, and consumer loans. Have access to your funds instantly with our Be Online internet banking and our debit and credit cards. We make international banking and investing easy. How's your business? Give it the leverage it really needs by letting the Bank of Nevis assist you with all the necessary funding for all your business expenses. It's that easy. What are you waiting for? The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.
Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Bank of Nevis.
Welcome back. Any news from the region out of Trinidad and Tobago. An earthquake with a magnitude of 4.6 rattled Trinidad and Tobago today, but there was no immediate reports of damage or injuries. The quake, which occurred at about 10:33 a.m., was the second tremor to hit the Caribbean today, after one with a magnitude of 3.9 shook St. Lucia, Martinique, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines just after midnight. The Trinidad-based Seismic Research Unit, that's the center of the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies, said that the quake which rattled Trinidad and Tobago was located at latitude 11.2 degrees north, longitude 61.5 degrees west, and at a depth of 40 kilometers. It was felt 40 kilometers north of the capital, Port of Spain, 48 kilometers northwest of Arima, and 85 kilometers north of southern city of San Fernando. Regarding the earlier quake, the Seismic Research Center, which has warned Caribbean countries to be prepared for major quake, said it occurred at 9 minutes past midnight and was located at latitude 13.85 degrees north, longitude 60.52 degrees west, and at a depth of 25 kilometers. Still in news from Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago's Calypso Rose, real name Linda MacArthur Sandy Lewis, will perform at Coachella, one of the world's biggest music and art festivals. This is Rose's first time performing at the event, which is scheduled to take place in Southern California from April 12th to the 14th and from April 19th to the 21st. The veteran singer will be part of a star-studded lineup of artists, which include Childish Gambino, Janelle Monáe, Diplo, among others. On Thursday, Rose went on her Instagram and commented on her selection for the celebrity-packed event. Every year, the festival draws thousands of music and art lovers in various parts of the world. This year, fans will also enjoy hits from musical giants such as Ariana Grande, Wiz Khalifa, DJ Khaled, Pusha T, and among others. At 78, Rose continues to add more accolades to a very busy musical career. Out of Dominica, a court has sent murder-accused Norman Roland Afokule to the psychiatric unit for 2 weeks evaluation. Roland is accused of going on a stabbing spree on December 31st, 2018, resulting in the death of a Haitian woman and injuring at least 3 others. He appeared in court on today, but based on his behavior, the magistrate asked that the charges not be read to him pending the evaluation. He is set to return to court on January the 17th. And in Jamaica, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is reassuring the Jamaican public that Plan Secure Jamaica is in full effect. He declared that the plans to reclaim control of Jamaica's security and safety followed a series of intense consultations with security experts and stakeholders. Holness underscored that 2 critical issues, Plan Secure Jamaica and the continuation of security arrangements, were addressed during the 2 days of consultations with security chiefs. And Plan Secure Jamaica is a whole government plan which focuses efforts on 10 strategic subject areas. It was tabled in Parliament by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in late 2016, and it was outlined in his budget presentation in 2017-2018. And finally, still out of Jamaica, the Ministry of Health is allocating an additional $250 million to support enhanced measures to contain the spread of dengue, as officials acknowledge the island is now facing an outbreak of the virus. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the disclosure on Thursday as he confirmed that the virus surpassed the epidemic threshold for December. He said the latest figures from the epidemiological unit indicate that 123 dengue case reports, suspected, presumed, and confirmed, were received for the month. He noted that there were 7 suspected and 2 confirmed cases of dengue-related deaths for the period January to December 2018. A total of 830 reported cases have been classified as suspected, presumed, or confirmed as of January 3rd. The number of confirmed cases stand at 23 for the period 1st January 2018 to January 3rd, 2019. And that's it for the regional segment. International news comes up next. Welcome back. Hundreds of German politicians, including Chancellor Angela Merkel, have had personal details stolen and published online. Contacts, private chats, and financial details were put out on Twitter, which belong to figures from every political party except the far-right AfD. Data from celebrities and journalists were also leaked. Damian McGuinness reports.
This is the biggest leak of personal data that Germany has ever seen. Hundreds of politicians and journalists have been targeted, including Chancellor Merkel, the German president, and it seems all of Germany's ministers. Some celebrities have also been hit, such as comedians, actors and singers. What they all have in common, though, is that they are politically active and have been highly critical of extremism. All political parties except the right-wing populist AfD have been affected.
The Democratic-controlled U.S. House of Representatives has voted to end a partial government shutdown, but the move looks certain to be vetoed by President Donald Trump. Mr. Trump has said he will reject any measure that does not provide funding for his proposed U.S.-Mexico border wall. New House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has branded the wall idea an immorality. The bill passed by the House of Representatives would fund Homeland Security operations, including $1.3 billion in border security until February 8th, and fund several other agencies until September. However, it requires Senate approval and sign-off from the President in order to become law. And Russia must not use UK citizens as pawns in diplomatic chess, the Foreign Secretary has said after the arrest of the joint US-UK national Paul Whelan. Jeremy Hunt said he was extremely worried about the former US Marine who has been detained on suspicion of spying.
Our position is very, very clear, which is a very straightforward point that individuals should not be used as pawns of diplomatic leverage. And we need to see what these charges are against him, understand whether there is a case or not. We are giving every support that we can.
Mr. Whelan's family said he was attending a wedding while Russia said he was caught spying in Moscow. And the tropical storm Pabuk has lashed southern Thailand with wind and rain in what is expected to be the worst storm to hit the region in 30 years. The storm made landfall at 12:45 local time, sending trees crashing down into houses in the province of Nakhon Si Thammarat. It is moving across southern Thailand, affecting popular tourist spots. Thousands of people have left Koh Samu, Koh Tao, and Koh Phangan Islands, but many are riding out the storm. And that's it for the international segment. When we come back, we take a look at sports.
Most of us spend the better part of each weekday at the workplace. So why not make your office environment the kind of setting that helps you function at your personal best by outfitting it with top quality furniture, high-end photocopiers, printers, versatile office supplies, and the latest technology. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at the TDC Business Center are happy to provide you with personalized service to help you create an office space that's the total package. TDC Business Center, providing solutions that work.
Welcome back in sports and in cricket. The Leeward Islands Hurricane ended the first day of the fourth round of the West Indies Championship match against Trinidad and Tobago Red Force on 291 for 6. Monson Hodge hit a well-played 112 and Rakim Cornwall 65. Akim Saunders hit 41 and Casey Catty 25, the main contributors. Bowling for the Red Force, Shannon Gabriel bagged 3 for 42 of 16 overs and Imran Khan 2 for 99 of 35 overs. In basketball, James Harden adds to his NBA record as Houston beat Golden State in overtime. Haddon extended his NBA record scoring and assist streak as he secured a thrilling overtime win for the Houston Rockets at the Golden State Warriors with 1 second to spare. The 29-year-old was the talk of social media for a display which ended with a 25-foot three-pointer to seal a 135-134 win at the Warriors' Oracle Arena. Haddon delivered 44 points, meaning he was at least 35 points and 5 assists, meaning he has at least 35 points and 5 assists in the record 9 consecutive games. The Rockets have won the past 6. They have also now won 11 of the past 12 games, taking them to 4th in the Western Conference. In cricket, on the international scene, India remain on course for first series win in Australia after dominating day 2 of the 4th and final test in Sydney. The Tourists led the series 2-1 and declared the first innings on 622 for 7. Cheteshwar Pujara was finally out for 193, while Ravish Pant hit his second test century, reaching 159 not out. Captain Virat Kohli declared an hour before stumps after Ravindra Jadeja was out for 81. Usman Khawaja and Marcus Harris then guided Australia to 24 without loss. The Samurai scores: India 622 for 7 declared, Pujara 193, Pant 159 not out, Jadeja 81, Lions 4 for 178, Australia 24 without loss, Harris 19 not out, Khawaja 5 not out. And finally in sports, Venus Williams, that's Canadian teenager Bianca Andreescu, says she did the impossible by beating 7-time Grand Slam champion Venus Williams a day after defeating world number 3 Caroline Wozniacki. Andreescu, 18, won 11 games in a row on her way to a 6-7, 6-1, 6-3 win over Williams at the Auckland International. Ranked 152nd, she won 3 qualifying matches to reach the main draw and then beat Wozniak on Thursday. Now she will compete in the first WTA semi-final on Saturday. Andreescu will play either Taiwan's Hyu Su Wei or Spain's Sarah Sorribes Tomu in the last 4. And that's it for sports. The weather is next. And the weather tonight, partly cloudy with a 10% or slight chance of a few showers overnight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a 10% or slight chance of showers. The winds east at 10 to 18 knots. The sea swells of 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet. A small craft advisory remains in effect. And the sunrise tomorrow is at 19 minutes before 7 o'clock. That was the latest weather. And to end the VON's major news package, a look at our headlines once again. Nationally, work progressing on plans to implement universal health care in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the Nevis Island Administration grants water amnesty period. Regionally, Caribbean islands rattled by 2 earthquakes. Internationally, German politicians targeted in mass data attack. And in sports, James Harden adds to NBA record as Houston beat Golden State in overtime. On behalf of the rest of the news team, I'm Marcellus Lee, wishing you a safe and an enjoyable weekend.
Vance W. Amory International Airport has been growing in service to all travelers, with regular flights to and from Puerto Rico, St. Martin, and Antigua. In addition to other islands, it is a viable and convenient option for residents and visitors of Nevis traveling anywhere. Enjoy the convenience, avoid the hassle, support Nevis, use the Vance W. Amory International Airport.